Dennis Sheehan going round the outside, and Fallon, I think, has ruined the suspension. David Wright has a huge lead, then Leslie Wright, then Dick Carrot, and then Dennis Sheehan trying to come up the inside of Noel Roddy, the local driver. And then we have Joey Greenan right at the back. So David Wright comes into paddock. It's all very close stuff. And Joey Greenan trying down the inside in a suicide move, takes Dennis Sheehan off. The disgust on Sheehan's face as he drives away the limping Reynard, but Joey Greenan will go no further. Here we see it again. It really was a crazy move down the inside. Joey Greenan hasn't raced recently, and I bet at this moment Dennis Sheehan wished he hadn't come out today. There he goes. You watch the hands coming up in disgust as Dennis Sheehan, who only has the consolation of his second drive this weekend, it won't be any further in 2000s. There's the wreckage of the Reynard as he goes home for the afternoon to get aboard his 1600. Meanwhile, out front, it's the Wright family dominating. David Wright and Father Leslie, and look at Dickie Curran beginning to close up, as indeed is that Dundalk man trying down the inside. Noel Roddy in the Brill Cream car, and he's got him. He's got Dickie Curran, and he defends that position. So the crowd's going mad here in Dundalk. Leslie Wright now closing in on his son, and if anything, Noel Roddy closing in on both of them. But a bit of smoke we noticed from the back of Roddy's car. Leslie Wright trying down the inside at Seaton. It's not going to come off, and Roddy's right with them. By lap 7, Roddy has second place. Leslie Wright trying to wrestle it back, and Dick Curran. It's only a 4-car race at this stage, but Noel Roddy really with the two Reynards here, and Leslie Wright alongside him that lap. But once again, the Dundalk man defending his position. Leslie Wright is not amused. He's waving his fist in consternation here. And Noel Roddy has pulled over. No, he hasn't, to let him through. Roddy, I thought, had a problem there. Engine beginning to sound a little bit rough. There's the leader, David Wright, no question about that. Now second place, and Roddy back to 4th. What a shame. I think the engine's gone off. Dickie Curran locking up. He's trying to get second place. Roddy's still hanging on there, and in fact, that's Leslie Wright. He's gone. So David Wright takes a convincing victory, but the biggest cheer of all goes to Noel Roddy, the local man. But before the Formula Ford 1600 feature race even started, it is big drama for Finn Murray. The big question now, will he race?
We have all the parts. I got parts when I got the car. Just trying too hard. One of those things. They're on the limit the whole time.
Owen Hayes has already won the B race yesterday, but now it's the big boys in the Formula Ford A race. And Finn Murray dives into the lead from pole position. We're aboard Bill Griffin's Crosley. Up around Windmill, and Griffin is in an excellent 4th place. As we go down Seaton Place, it's Murray from McGall, Edgar, and then our camera car, Bill Griffin, the white Crosley with the yellow stripes. Down now towards paddock, and holding on to our position. In fact, in 3rd, but getting a little bit sideways there. Up past the start-finish line, up through the gears, up into 4th. Well over the ton now as we head towards turn 1. And that's Alistair Johnson sneaking past. Keeping cool. Up through this tricky section, adverse camber at Windmill. Johnson going a little bit wide that time, but seeming to have the speed in the straight line in the Mondial. There's Johnson just ahead of us, and right at our tail we have Edgar. And making its way up through the field, we have Dennis Sheehan. But it's Murray from McGall, then Alistair Johnston, then Bill Griffin with our camera on board, and then Edgar. Finn Murray is really trying at Seatown. Still McGall in 2nd place, and there's Alistair Johnson, and in fact Michael Mulligan going into the barrier. That's the end of his race. Back down at paddock we run wide, Edgar gets through. Edgar driver from the north of Ireland, and here we see Johnston in second place with Edgar now on his tail, and once again we're taken at Paddock Bend, and that time it was by Dennis Sheehan who's moving up rapidly. And look at this, Michael Edgar challenging young Alistair Johnston. Dennis Sheehan is now 5th and we're in 6th place, but Johnston overcooks it at Seatown. He's lost a tremendous 3rd place, and he must now frustratedly watch as the field goes by. Dennis Sheehan moves up another place, now into 3rd. And Sheehan in Daly's car, Vivian Daly, who couldn't start due to an injury, but the battle behind, Edgar still in 5th place, and Sheehan overcooking it, very nearly overcooking it at Paddock, but he holds on, and look at this battle now for 3rd place. Michael Edgar on the outside. Our camera car just in behind there, and there's Donald Griffin sneaking in on the inside. We're back to 7th. We're in trouble. And that's the reason. The engine's smoking. Meanwhile, Finn Murray, as exciting to watch as ever out front. Here's another good battle further down the field. Cliff Dempsey leads Morris Dunn, the recovering Alistair Johnston, and Derek M. Daly. Johnston hitting Morris Dunn, the veteran now in Formula Ford, but there's no doubt about the leader. Lap 14, Murray's still trying. Dennis McGall gets a little closer. And here's the 3rd place battle still raging as Michael Edgar gets very crossed up that time. We're now on the last lap, and just look at the lead that Murray and McGall have over the rest. It's the full length of the start-finish straight before this 3rd place battle comes into sight. And an excellent drive indeed by Dennis Sheehan in his borrowed car from Vivian Daly. Michael Edgar still trying, then a new 4th place, 5th place man is Donald Griffin, then Bill Griffin, and then that tremendous battle being led by Cliff Dempsey, finishing off the Formula field as they stream round the course for the last time. At Seaton, still Murray, very late under the braking, Dennis McGall in 2nd place, and that's the way it is to the flag. A fairy tale win for Finn Murray. Finn, well, from what looked like tragedy to triumph, you must have had a very busy time rebuilding it.
Yes, I'd made a bad mistake in practice. I was just trying too hard. It was a lot of pressure. Went a little bit too fast, wiped 2 corners off the car. It was total panic putting car back together. It's just got it done on time.
The GT cars attract all ages. Their practice laps have been fastest of all round the 0.9 mile circuit. It's the MD Specials that lead. Morgan Dempsey in his home-built car, but sadly Peter Faulkner has hit a curb and he slows to let John Keeney through into 2nd place. As always, Stirling Moss proudly wearing number 7, this time in his gorgeous Willie sports racing car. By lap 7, John Keeney is getting really close in the TMC. Another good scrap, Dan Rooney, trying as he might. He can't get away from the closing Richard Baird in his Exide Stiletto. This time, John Keeney's in front as they turn into Castle Road, but Morgan Dempsey is in his slipstream and attempting at Paddock Bend to get down the inside. Dempsey back in the lead as they leave our sight. And Richard Baird now is right with Rooney, but once again, John Keeney attempting to pass the MD Special. It's the final lap now, and Dempsey and Keeney carve their way through the back markers. Rallyman Eugene Megan wants to get right out of the way of this lot, but Mullingar engineer Morgan Dempsey is the king of Dundalk in the fastest race so far on the new circuit.
And that's all from Power Sports this time. In our next program, we review the Wilhar 25-hour race, the world's longest event in 1989.